A major development in two cold cases in Las Vegas from the 1990s. Police now say the same man is responsible for killing two women.
Kim Passoff is here now with the breakdown from investigators and reaction from one of the victims' families.
Yeah, so this is the man Metro says is a killer, Eddie George Snowden Jr. But there will be no arrest because Snowden died years ago. His victims, 31-year-old Lorianne Pereira, found in December of 1992 in a desert area east of a Montgomery Ward store on East Charleston, and 35-year-old Pearl Wilson Ingram found in January of 1994 in a dumpster behind a Vaughn's grocery store on East Charleston.
Because we identified a suspect that was involved in two separate murders that until now had remained unsolved for the past 28 and 30 years.
Two murders that went unsolved for decades.
Pereira was found nude with ligature marks and bound at both her ankles and wrists.
Two families waiting for answers.
It has been a long 28 years.
Now, thanks to new DNA testing, science is providing those answers.
This sample ultimately confirmed that Snowden was the person who sexually assaulted and murdered Lorianne Pereira and Pearl Ingram.
Sperm swabs submitted to CODIS, a DNA database, back in 2007 and 2012, when the cold cases were reviewed, showed the same offender committed both assaults and strangulation murders, but did not match anyone in the system.
The records check on Snowden revealed that he had lived at the 2800 block of East Charleston during the time of both murders.
Both women were found murdered on Charleston. Detectives asked Snowden's relatives for a DNA sample, which they willingly provided.
From my family to yours, we would like to say thank you for the much needed closure.
The sister of Pearl Wilson Ingram thanking the suspected killer's family, along with Metro, for never giving up on her sister's case, something that changed her family forever.
I'd never seen my father cry until that day. And my mother didn't attend my sister's funeral because she just wanted to remember her the way she was.
When she learned Metro identified her sister's killer, her first call was to her nephew, who was just a boy when his mother was murdered.
If there is any other families out here that's going through what we have been through, keep hope alive, keep God first, and you too can have closure.
And Metro says from the 1950s to the 1970s, Snowden lived in California, in Fresno, Sacramento, Santa Cruz, Madera, Merced, and Woodland. They are encouraging cold case detectives in those areas to review their cases and see if Snowden is a match in any of those cold cases. Jacqueline?
A group of local donors called the Vegas Justice League paid for that DNA testing. They've helped Metro clear multiple cold cases because in recent years they have provided funding for that testing.